Bubbly Steve is available for pre-order at shopclownfish.com. That's shopclownfish.com. You've got less than a month to pre-order this 15-inch plushie. Check them out. Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neon. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And the final
It's the final trailer, yes.
That's the final trailer.
That's what they said.
Final trailer dropped for the Eternals, and while it's admittedly better than the first trailer, it's still a steaming pile of meh. I still don't know exactly what the plot is.
Well, no. If you watch the second trailer, I think you get a little more out of it than you did the other.
A little more.
The other trailer, I still don't even understand what the point of it was, other than like, we were trying to do like 10 new characters with this movie. Yeah. And they were trying to give each of them their time in the trailer, and they were trying to like, look how pretty it is visually, as I think what they were going for with the last trailer. This trailer, I think they're trying to be like, because everybody kept asking, where were they when Thanos came? So that's what this one's focus was. Hey, we're going to tell you where they were, why they didn't do anything.
It's called a retcon, people. It's called a retcon.
Well, someone said, when they have this thing like, I forget what the exact wording are, but they keep doing it for these different, let me find, I think I have it in the article. They always have these little questions, and it's like the running like joke that they're going with. It was, oh, why didn't you help fight Thanos? And then they give different answers to it. And one person was like, because we weren't cast yet. So, you know.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's a retcon, just like Captain Marvel. You know, they retconned it. We're going to talk about the Eternals, Marvel's The Eternals. Before we get into it any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We're over 231,000 subs. Thank you for the support. The Eternals, yeah, what's really interesting is that they're going into overdrive to hype the Eternals, and they're kind of ignoring Shang-Chi, aren't they?
And Shang-Chi isn't even out yet.
Shang-Chi's not even out yet. It's like they're washing their hands of Shang-Chi.
But here's the thing,
already.
I think Shang-Chi has more demand than the Eternals does.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think Disney, I'm going to be honest with you, I think Disney's, well, I did an article yesterday and I was talking about it. I think they're trying to turn the PR and hype machine on to try to salvage the Eternals. Because now there's rumor they might just go direct to Disney Plus, which I think they still might.
Yeah.
But I think they're pandering to like India and stuff like that is what I think is going on.
Yeah, we talked about this before. When the first trailer dropped, they made sure they included a Bollywood scene, and we know that India is very important to Disney.
Hotstar.
Yeah, Hotstar. Because, you know, if Disney can't win China now, they're going to try to win India. They want to win these countries with a lot of people, and they're pushing Disney really hard over there. And it was interesting because people said, you know, why did you drop the trailer at 3 a.m.? Well, 3 a.m. in Washington, D.C. is 12:30 p.m. in India.
And even by California time, you know,
Still
because time
9 o'clock.
zones, you know, if their time zones were the same, it could be like, you know, 9:30 or it could be still noon, depending if they don't count the same way. But because they're appealing to them.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's what's going on. And now the media is in overdrive, and Entertainment Weekly dropped all these pictures of them in their costumes, and no one cared. The responses were hilarious there too. So they dropped the piss.
They dropped the piss. Yes, this is people in super suits.
Piss.
Piss. If you missed our
They
Shang-Chi
even have the
video.
yellow on it.
They do. That's their piss power.
How convenient.
I pissed my pants. Now I'm yellow with rage.
So they did this. They did these posters, and then they gave out like a little bit about each one of their names because no one knows who these people are. That's the thing.
That's it. 2,000.
That was yesterday. Here's the thing. People don't know who these characters are. The only character that people are really excited about when you look at the comments is Black Knight.
Who doesn't look anything like comic book Black Knight.
No, but that's who they're excited about. But it's like, you know, oh, here's the name of the character, and then they show a picture, and they go through the list like that. That's
meet all 12 of these new characters that we're going to try
10 total new characters.
Try to introduce in this movie. It's going to be very crowded. It'd be like you know, an Avengers movie with, you know, just introducing all the Avengers in
one movie. It's not going to work. Yeah, it's going to be too overloaded. Then people were saying things like Shang-Chi literally dropped, but hasn't even come out yet. 99% of the people coming to see this can't name a single member of the Eternals. Even average comic book readers can't.
That's actually very true. I mean, I was familiar with Black Knight when I read, Marvel Comics heavily because he was kind of the standout character.
That's what everybody keeps talking about.
Yeah, but the other characters were like, oh yeah, he's an Eternal, and they had a series back in the 70s. Nobody cares.
Well, they're saying about, the same as Guardians of the Galaxy. The difference with Guardians of the Galaxy was they kind of like
it looked fun.
Well, it looked hilariously fun. It did. But they also picked different characters and kind of put them together because I think they're trying to do the same thing with the Eternals, but they actually weren't picking them out separately because they have tie-in deals with like Universal owns the rights to the park stuff in east of the Mississippi.
Yeah.
Disney can't do the Marvel characters. Their workaround was Guardians of the Galaxy. They didn't have those tied up. They probably don't have Eternals tied up either.
They're not going to because nobody
cares.
What are you going to ride? An Eternals ride? Take a slow horseback ride.
It's boring
on the beach.
as hell. I'm not buying. They keep trying to say, "Oh, there's so much interest in it." There isn't. There's less interest for Eternals than there is Shang-Chi.
I completely 100%. Agree. And both of these movies are having a hard time. But this is, you want to talk about being an experiment and the people working on Shang-Chi feeling like they're getting pushed off.
Well, I can't blame them. I'd be mad too.
There's a little bit of buzz for Shang-Chi, but mostly now they're stepping over Shang-Chi. They're like, yep, this one's a bust, and they're pushing the Eternals.
Well, I'm going to clarify something right now because we keep getting these dumbasses coming in the comments about, you just want Shang-Chi to fail. You just hate Shang-Chi. Why do you hate Shang-Chi? I don't. It might be a really good movie. Yeah. We don't know yet. What we're telling you is that Disney keeps trying with Shang-Chi and Eternals to jump this big audience. Black Widow had the best shot of having a big audience, and it didn't. Shang-Chi and the Eternals are characters people don't know. They're not familiar with them. They haven't been built up in other movies leading up to an Avengers movie. Mm-hmm. So they don't have the demand, and it's probably not going to go well. Plus, in China, as we keep pointing out, a lot of people don't like it. They feel like they're being stereotyped.
Yeah.
They don't like this. And, I'm just pointing out, and you're just pointing out the facts of the situation. If it does well, that's great. It could be a good movie. We don't know yet. This is nothing about whether it's a good movie or not. It's all about what problems Disney's going to have selling both Shang-Chi and the Eternals. And they're already stepping over Shang-Chi to try to drum up the Eternals because it was in a worse place than Shang-Chi.
Facts hurt my feelings and it undermines my personal truth.
I don't care. Grow a pair.
That's against my personal truth.
I don't care if you're a girl. You can grow a pair too.
That's against my personal truth. Anyway. I don't understand. I don't know. It was cool to see some Celestials, I guess.
Yeah, you're getting the Celestials and you're getting these, the bad guys. What did I say they were called again? I can't even remember.
Oh, the Deviants.
Deviants. I didn't even care enough to pay attention.
Yeah.
So they're getting the Deviants, and they kind of explain it a little more. Like last time, you're like, who the hell are they and why are they here? They talk about humans like they're their pets.
Yeah.
Like we're their pets.
Pretty much.
We love them. When you love something, you protect it. And it's like, yeah, I love my dog. Is that what this is about?
We can't put them down. Can't we try chemo?
Just like...
Yeah. We can't afford it, Bobby. I'm sorry. You want braces, right?
But they're like, from the beginning, well, why weren't you helping with Thanos? Because they weren't allowed to interfere.
Because this movie wasn't even thought of.
Exactly.
It was a maybe.
Because it's retconned.
It was like, let's scrape the bottom of the effing barrel at this point. Like, they're trying to set up this new big cosmic menace. And, okay, so the rumor now is that the next big event, the next Infinity War is going to be Secret Wars. Because they've already done Civil War. Mm-hmm. They've already done Infinity War. Mm-hmm. So we're going to do Secret War. So they're doing them all out of order, by the way. They're doing them backwards, literally doing them Civil War first, then Infinity War, then Secret Wars, when it was actually the other way around in the comics. But you've killed off or sidelined most of the major characters.
I know. And or you're replacing them with, gender-bent versions of themselves, which, let's be honest, that's what's going on. So, which is fine if you're just upfront and honest about it. But, here's the thing. No one cares about these characters because they don't know who they are.
No.
And going into phase 4, except for a couple, variants, it's all like characters nobody knows or cares about.
Now, I would be down with the Secret Wars movie if David Hasselhoff got to play the Beyonder. Because that would be very
I just like David Hasselhoff so he can play whatever.
If David Hasselhoff was the Beyonder, Marvel, if you're listening, if David Hasselhoff is the Beyonder, I am completely down with that.
Okay, yeah, this has to happen.
I'm just saying.
Marvel, that has to happen.
I'm just saying, David Hasselhoff for the Beyonder. If we can do that, and he was already in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, maybe.
I know, I was thinking it. No, I agree with you. Now that I'm seeing the picture, I'm like, yep, no. Make this so, Marvel. This has to happen, because that would be glorious. But it won't be. It'll probably be some, it'll be some female, minority group person.
A female minority group person? Mm-hmm. Who would we cast?
I wouldn't cast anyone, because I think I'm sorry. David Hasselhoff, you're right, would be the perfect choice. But everybody likes him, right?
Everybody likes Hasselhoff.
It'd be huge in Germany.
It would be, and that's all they care about.
We're big in Germany.
Yeah, so what they would do is they would launch the trailer for Secret Wars on German time, whatever lunchtime is in Germany.
Pretty much.
And everybody would be like, why are all the characters blonde all of a sudden? Yeah, it would be, yeah. But yeah, we pretty much killed off or sidelined most of the characters for Secret Wars anyway. So.
Yeah, you did. I mean, Hulk, they're going to go She-Hulk, but they had She-Hulk on there.
Yeah.
You're right. Like all the characters they have shown here. Iron Man's gone. It's going to be, Ironheart.
Well, we got Wanda.
We do got Wanda, though.
We got Black Knight.
Captain America's gone. Well, no, we got Captain America again. But it's Falcon's Captain America now.
Falcap.
It's Falcap. I don't know.
But we got to get the X-Men and the Fantastic Four in there. So we'd have to do that before. That's the only
I think that's what they're working on. There's rumors that they're going to be doing that. But back to the point, which is now they're pushing Eternals. So if the guy from Shang-Chi was already upset, feeling like they were not an experiment or afterthought, Disney is literally stepping over Shang-Chi before Shang-Chi even comes out and is putting all their marketing power behind the Eternals now. And he might take that as an insult, but I think it's more a reflection of the fact that Shang-Chi was already an uphill battle, but Eternals it's like a mountain battle. It's a mountain battle.
They started to promote the Eternals in the theme parks, the comic book versions, like 3 years ago. They had remember that they had at the One Man's Dream. They had the display of the Eternals. Yeah, they did. They're like, it's Jack Kirby's The Eternals. Here's what you need to know.
That.
There's a movie coming eventually. Here's what you need to know.
They're trying so hard to make this stick, because that's a big hunk of their phase 4. They have all these new characters that nobody gives a shit about. Now, after the movie comes out, maybe people will care. By the trailers, they look boring as hell. I mean, this one was definitely better than the last one, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I think most people, what they're excited about are Celestials. At the end of the day, that's my takeaway.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see how they reconcile that, because they turned Ego into a Celestial, and he wasn't a Celestial in the comics.
So here's the comments when they had the trailer today. And there's about 3M, which we talked about. And then they're like, too many characters are properly fleshed out.
Yep.
I'm super excited, but I have one question. Cersei tells them they're all instructed not to interfere with any human conflicts unless deviants are involved. Wasn't Thanos a deviant? We don't talk about that because I'm going to explain this. But then they're talking about it's confusing that it took 3 steps to the Infinity Gauntlet to allow the deviants to come to Earth. And the second time was to remove the Infinity Stones altogether. Well, it's a little weird.
Yeah, well, there's a whole drawer full of them.
Yeah, pretty much. They don't mean anything, according to Loki. Am I the only one who was not excited for this film? More overpowered, not believable characters, already somehow the best fighters in the universe. I hope Iran does not look appealing. To me, it looked cliched. It felt like a shoehorn into the MCU for box office. It just goes on and on. I just don't care.
No, people, look, they're not getting as pumped for every Marvel release as they used to.
Best. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the only thing that was even remotely exciting for me was the Celestials, and they actually stuck pretty close to the Jack Kirby designs. They look very Kirby-esque, which I thought was kind of cool. But other than that, I don't care. I really don't care.
Shout out to the Americans in the comments who don't realize other countries and time zones exist. Yes, right?
Yep.
And that's what this is about. And that's what this is for. And we keep saying this. Shang-Chi was their attempt at China. I believe in some way, the Eternals is one of the things they're trying to leverage for India.
Yep.
We know they're leveraging India hard with Hotstar. They keep going on and on and on about the Indian market. And they're making special movies and shows for that market too. That's, I think, partly what this is about.
Hey, that Monster Hunter movie is looking pretty good after all, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
and some people like it. You're allowed to like it. That's cool. I still stand by the fact I do not believe this has the hype. And Disney's own actions are indicating that's the fact. And that's the truth. Because right now they should be promoting Shang-Chi. I mean, this one too, Eternals, yes. But all their focus should be on Shang-Chi because it opens like in a couple weeks. And instead they're literally stepping over it for a film that's rumored to possibly go direct to Disney Plus.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the title of the video, actually. You know, Disney is stepping over Shang-Chi to promote the Eternals. It's very weird. But again, I think you're right. I think this one needs more help because people don't give a shit.
People don't know who these characters are. You needed to bring them into the other movies before this, or at least one or two of them, so that people had a lead in. There's like no lube. You're just going right for it.
They're doing it backwards. The characters that people care about, that they would go see a movie of, they're putting on Disney Plus. You know, people would go see a Moon Knight movie with Oscar Isaac. They would go see a She-Hulk movie done correctly, not what they're talking about doing, but an actual good She-Hulk movie they would go see. Hawkeye, a good Hawkeye movie that didn't run the character down, probably wind up killing him off by the end of the series.
That's what they're going to do. So.
Yeah, they would go see, but they're not going to see these rando characters. You have these characters. You could have introduced these characters in like Loki or something.
Yeah, it's one of the shows or something. You're literally giving people, other than the fact that you keep talking about for 2 or 3 years while it gets pushed back repeatedly.
Yeah.
Other than that, people don't know or don't care.
Nope.
And you did that to yourself because it was really short-sighted to not at least one or two of the characters you think would be more popular with people, maybe had them show up in some way. So that it was a lead in, so people at least have warmed up to the idea. And it might do really well. It come out and do really well. By the trailers, it's really effing boring. I'm sorry.
It's still boring. I mean,
it's boring. It's better.
It's better, still boring. But yeah, Celestials or not, it's still boring. So
I'm sorry.
We're gonna wrap it up.
Yes.
All right. So please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants, guys. We'll talk later.
Bye.